I've been investing in Pokemon cards for nearly 5 years now, and in those 5 years, I've made some mistakes that I wish I could have prevented. So today, I thought we would make a little video on 5 tips that I wish I knew before I started investing in Pokemon cards. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. Today we're going to be talking about 5 tips that I wish I knew when I first started getting into collecting and investing in sealed Pokemon card products. When I started collecting and investing in Pokemon cards, there was a big supply shortage and a huge influx in demand. This made it a little hard for me to get products, especially good products for good deals, and I think a lot of people got into it just buying whatever they could. These 5 tips are things that I think would make a huge difference in today's world when you can get discounted products and a plethora of products whenever you really want to pick something up. So I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time. Let's hop right into tip number 1. So tip number 1 I think is a very important one that you need to know. I'm surprised so many people make this mistake, but tip number 1, not all products are worth it. This is something you're going to learn over time, but when you go into a Target or an LGS, whatever, you're going to see a plethora of Pokemon products. It might be overwhelming. There's going to be theme decks, battle decks, tins, collection boxes, booster boxes, elite trainer boxes, whatever. So you need to know that not all of these products are going to be worth holding long-term, short-term, holding at all. Things like league battle decks, there's nothing there for a collector to want to pick up down the line unless they collect that niche product. You're going to want to watch this video to get the rest of the tips so you can start identifying the best products to pick up. If you just buy everything, which I've seen happen a lot of times, especially when there was that supply shortage back in 2021. A lot of people I saw were just buying anything and trying to sell it. They quickly realized not everything was going to go up drastically like they saw, and they panic sold things for less than they paid just to get some money back when there was an emergency situation. So tip number 2 is going to help you identify what products to skip and what products to focus on. So tip number 2 is research the hits. You need to know what is inside the product you are buying to make sure that it's going to be worth it long term. Some sets are kind of duds. You know, there is a bit of an unsaid rule with Pokemon where if you invest in sealed products, it's bound to go up over time. You know, there's been lots of examples of products that were not good that people did not want, but the booster boxes have gone up, 300-400%. Rebel Clash, for example, that was like a laughing stock of a set. Now it's way up there. It's over double what MSRP is for it. It hasn't gone up or performed as good as some of the better sets, but it has performed. But if you have a budget or a certain amount of money you want to spend, you want to be focusing on buying products that are going to be good for somebody to open later down the line. You want to research what is in this product, whether it is packs. If it's a collection box that comes with assorted packs, you want to know if the packs are good or bad. And if you're investing in an elite trainer box or a booster box, you want to know the set is good. There are good hits in it, hits that are worth some money, where people are going to be interested in opening it up at a later date when you go to offload the product. So another way to help identify the best products is with tip number 3 right here, and that is 2 very important keywords with Pokemon collecting. That is premium and exclusive. So Pokemon likes to label their products as premium or exclusive. Sometimes they don't say exclusive, but you're going to know. Stores like Target will get exclusive product. GameStop will get exclusive product. Same with Pokemon Center. Things like Elite Trainer boxes. Pokemon Center has their own version, which gives you bonus goodies and a slightly different packaging design. Those hold a premium because you can only get them one place. They're more limited, and there's special things that are exclusive to that product, which is exclusive to one website. That will leave collectors wanting it even more. Same with premium. Pokemon likes to label collection boxes, whatever. We get ultra premium collections, we get premium tournament collections, we get premium figure collections, whatever it is. You want to focus on exclusive and premium. Those products are labeled that for a reason. People are going to want them later, and new people are going to come into the hobby all the time, and they're going to look back at something, say that Flareon, those EV premium boxes they did with the alternate art promos. They're going to look back at that and be like, wow, that is such a cool product. It's obviously premium for a reason. Let me grab that. There's usually something exclusive or special about a premium or exclusive item, so that's something you want to pay attention to as well. I think you can't really go wrong with premium or exclusive. It always holds a premium over the regular products. So tip number 4, this is once you've kind of identified what products you want to focus on, what are the best products for your money, and that is to buy multiple. This is a mistake I made at the start. Because supply was so low and demand was so high, a lot of people were just buying whatever they could for whatever price was reasonable for them. There wasn't all these crazy sales. You couldn't go to Walmart's or Target's or whatever and see fully stocked shelves. GameStops were like empty sometimes. Nowadays, and even back then, if I knew what I was doing, I would have focused my attention and my money into the best. All these other tips have kind of helped you map out what a good or best product would be. Instead of buying, let's talk about the Sword and Shield Trainer Gallery block. The last 4 main sets of Sword and Shield, we won't talk about Crown Zenith in this video. Brilliant Stars, Astral Radiance, Lost Origin, Silver Tempest, those are all great sets. Of course, some are better than others. I don't think any of them are bad by any means. They're all, if we're looking at A, B, C, D, I think they're all A's or high B's. They're all great sets. But instead of buying one of each, let's say they're all the same price. They're all at the MSRP of like $140. Instead of buying one of each and trying to see which one will do best over time, they're not all going to grow 20% year over year, let's say. One of them might grow 5%. One might grow no percent. It's like 0. One might grow double what others do. So you're going to want to focus. Something like Lost Origin, you can see it's outperforming Astral Radiance and Silver Tempest. Same with Brilliant Stars. Now, Brilliant Stars is, a few months older. It's the oldest of the 4 sets, but I would buy multiples of whatever it is. If you have a $500 budget, spend that $500 on whatever you think is the best by doing this research. Which set has the best hits? Which set do you see wanting to open or you see other people wanting to open? That would be the set I would park your money in and just wait for a little while. We'll say Lost Origins. It's got 3 different Trainer Gallery Pikachus. It's got the Giratinas. It has some gold cards, some trainers, all sorts of great things. From a playability standpoint, it is an amazing set and a very important set, but it is also a very great set for collectors. People love Giratina. That card has, been at a good price for a while and hasn't really dropped much. So those are things you want to keep an eye out for. Focus your money and buy multiple of what you think is going to give you the most return after doing the research in the previous steps. So tip number 5, which I think, me myself didn't really think about this. I think a lot of people don't really think about this. They just assume everyone's going to have the money to buy whatever for whatever price down the line, but you want to focus on who's going to buy your product. Who are you going to sell to? If you buy a Lost Origins, we'll keep using Lost Origin as an example. If you buy a case of Lost Origin booster boxes, who are you going to sell that to in 5 years? There are going to be people who want to go back and collect products they might have missed or that were out before they started collecting Pokemon cards. But that's a bit of an example of who are you going to sell it to? Like, who's going to want to buy this? If it's a booster box, I think that's more likely people are going to buy it as opposed to Elite Trainer boxes. Elite Trainer boxes, they might go up in value. I mean, they're obviously going to at some point, but is someone more inclined to buy, 4 Elite Trainer boxes with all the sleeves, all the energies, all the coins? They're huge. You only get 8 packs in a box. Or are they going to want to spend the money and just buy a booster box with 36 packs? It might cost a little more, but you're going to get a lot less stuff. And personally, I think with booster boxes, you're kind of more likely to get a good hit than if you just opened a bunch of Elite Trainer boxes. Again, who's going to buy this? I think in the future, we're seeing it now. A lot of streamers, a lot of, rip and ship people, they're buying products, opening a ton of it and shipping it out. They're not going to be wanting to open up Elite Trainer boxes and stuff like that unless it's a holiday set where they can't get a booster box. I think that's going to change with booster bundles. I think they're going to outperform Elite Trainer boxes for sure in longevity because it's going to be a lot easier for you to just go buy a booster bundle if you want to open up some 151 in 5 years rather than buy an Elite Trainer box if you've already opened those up in the past and you have the promos, the sleeves, all that junk that comes with it. So you got to think about that. It's very important. Who are you going to sell this to down the line? I'd imagine it's going to be rip and ship people who have the money. They're going to be able to sell the packs inside and not really take a hit. They're going to be able to spend $500-$600 on a booster box because they can sell the packs at like $20 a pop or whatever they need to do to recoup that money. So those are my 5 tips for new Pokemon card investors. Let me know in the comments below if those tips were helpful or if you have any other tips that new investors could use, something that'll benefit anybody who's just getting into this hobby. I've made my mistakes. I think if I paid attention more and used these 5 tips, I would have saved myself quite a bit of money and space along the way. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.